Hello, welcome to this week's Behind the Poem. It's like late on Friday. I haven't been intentionally putting this off all day, but it has been a day. I am utterly exhausted and pulled to my limits and capacity. And I think the best way to metaphorically describe that and how things are going for me in the last 24 hours is that I had a fresh direct mailer for $50 off a $100 order. So I utilized that, and I was 101% certain that I had purchased 2 single bananas, and really what I purchased was 2 bunches of banana. You can imagine my surprise when I was unpacking the order. So I'm single and I live alone and I like bananas, but it's like reminds me of that, quote in Wayne's World where Wayne's ex gives him a gun rack and he's like, I don't own a gun, let alone several guns that will necessitate an entire rack. What am I going to do with a gun rack? And it's like, yeah, I can wait for these to really take on some life and make banana bread, which I definitely will. And I can wait for some of these to continue to take on life as well and freeze them in my freezer for smoothies. Those are things I will do. But and also I'm going to look at this abundance as an opportunity instead of an inconvenience, which is, I think, a lesson I could take for myself. I'm feeling real impacted by capitalism and all of its best friends and cognates at the moment, and all the other things that have made for a challenging and testing my limits 24 hours. I guess they don't really matter because make banana bread with bananas, right? So, in the spirit of all that, I think there's also an interesting dance between less is more when it comes to abundance and process over product. And so I think sometimes I default to verbosity and oversharing and too many words in moments that feel overwhelming, instead of, as my manager Danielle would say, keeping it small. So I was going to share a really, really long poem about being super busy. And instead I'm going to share a really, really short poem about feeling beautiful. So that's all I got to say. Oh, and I don't know what platform you're watching this on and or when, but at the current moment that I am recording this, I am locked out of my Instagram account and have been for a day. Which is part, but not all of the things that are impacting me. So spread the word if you can't find me on Instagram. But hopefully one day this is airing on my Instagram account because, God willing, I get access back. So take care, y'all. Enjoy this poem. This is called After 36 Hours in Bed, Feeling Like Shit. I am feeling myself. Music, suede hips, out of nowhere. Super hot guy, asks for my number. I smile, nod, walk. I stop, turn my music off, look at him, pull down my shades. He asks my name. I ask his. He tells me I'm beautiful. You're really gorgeous, I say back. He asks for my number. Again, I say no. Walk. He follows. We're just going to leave it at that? And I'm like, yeah, you're absolutely gorgeous. And that's it. So I realized that I didn't give context for where, how, when I wrote that poem. I wrote it a couple of weeks ago in John Sand's Emotional Historians class. And I took it from a Facebook post I shared many years ago, 2017, I think it was. And yeah, so just like in the spirit of less is more and editing things down to their core and their essence, I wish for you the core and essence that feeds your soul and lets you know and feel in every morsel of your body, mind, spirit, heart, that you are beautiful and you deserve exactly what you want.